So basically, we were talking about you cannot serve two masters. You must love one and hate the other.
Do you have the verse again? Can you pull it up one more time?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up.
We're gonna pull up these verses, right? Mm-hmm. We don't fully believe in every single word in the Bible, right? But we believe in certain verses because we know the truth is hidden. It's hidden in plain sight, but it's also scattered. The truth is scattered. But the way to really know the truth is it's within our being, okay? Within our DNA. Only the chosen people can decode the Bible. Only the chosen people can truly decode certain parts of the Bible and certain parts of the truth in everywhere that we see around the world, okay? Or on the internet. It has to be deciphered within self first. This is why we do meditation, inner healing. Because we have to heal ourselves first in order for us to see clearly. Because life is nothing more than a projection of the internal world. The external world that we see, okay, people that we see, things that we see, is nothing more than an extension of our internal world.
Yes.
Okay? So whatever your frequency is at, that's what is going to be manifested outside of you. Okay? That's what you're going to see. So if you're seeing a whole bunch of fucked up situations in your life, it's because you have something that you need to work on within yourself. Mm-hmm. It sounds crazy, but this is the true knowledge of how the world works. But we weren't taught that when we were growing up. We were taught nothing but lies. Okay? The reason why it's so confusing, why life is so confusing, is because we were taught the truth, what we thought was the truth, by the white man, which is on the dollar bill, on all the money that we have. Because they run this world. Okay? They run the world that we live in. They run the media. The media is what programs the mind, and the mind is the source of all things. So they have your mind. When they have your mind, they have your soul. Okay? So when we were growing up, they programmed us with TV shows, with movies, Disney movies, all kinds of things. Things you wouldn't even expect. It's a cartoon. You wouldn't expect it. But right. It's deep. It really works. It really works. So when you notice these things, this is when you know, okay, I have to become aware now. I have to become present. I have to become aware. I have been told lies my whole life. So I have to compensate for that and actually go study. So you right now, if you believe in truth, you have to be studying. You should be studying right now. Because you've been taught lies your whole life. You should be studying right now. Day and night. Okay, to figure out and remember who you are. Remember where you come from. Figure out why your skin is this color. You know? Figure out why you had to be treated the way you're treated in school. Figure out why your parents treat you the way they treat you. Figure out why your mom tells you, oh, when you go to school, cut your hair. You know? Don't look too scary to them. You know? Because they're trying to protect you from the system. Because they have been completely traumatized through slavery and things like this. From the white man. Slavery. Okay? And even parts of Africa, we have enslaved our own selves too. It's self-hate. Okay? So we have to blame ourselves as well. Because we did it to ourselves. Yes. And that's why when you do something to yourself, it's good. Because that means you are responsible for the hell you're going through. That means that you're responsible for healing yourself. If you can put yourself into turmoil, if you can give yourself karma, that means you can get yourself out of karma. That means you can give yourself healing. So we are responsible. Okay? So we have to be able to work on ourselves to get our karma clean. And that means we have to learn how to respond to our environment properly. Okay? When someone does something negative to us, we have to alchemize that energy and bring positivity back. Because if you match that energy, you're on the same frequency. And that is the most important thing you need to know. So I'm going to keep saying it for my reflection because you need to know this. And also it's a constant thing because it's hard to remember sometimes. You know, because we've been taught everything opposite. And we're being distracted constantly by a whole bunch of dumb shit. Okay? A whole bunch of pornography, drama on the net. Even Instagram is like straight Pornhub. It's all kinds of shit.
Exactly. Everybody watching 1 minute reels. No one wants to sit down and watch an hour minute download of real ass information. Right. But if it was up here twerking, shaking our ass, you know how many people would have been sitting up here watching this live right now? Yes. But people want to watch something to distract themselves. Everyone is running from yourselves. Stop running from yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Everyone wants to be entertained. This is the true entertainment because this is true life.
Yes. All roads lead to the same source. Okay? Yeah. And that source is you. It's in nature. Okay? You keep running. You keep going to the club. You keep running to random women that you don't not serious about settling down with. Okay? Women, you keep running to a man that you know is not good for you. Okay? But you feel lonely, so you want to go to him for security. All right? You're putting yourself in a hell situation. Mm-hmm. Why? Because you're putting yourself, your mind, your energy. Your energy is your soul. All that we are is energy. You're putting your energy into something that you know is not going to truly serve you and feed your soul. Okay? If you put your energy into something that you know is not going to feed your soul, you are doing something called hating yourself. This is called self-hate. Because you're not, when you love yourself, you give yourself the very best. You give yourself what you know is going to upgrade your life. Okay? What you know is going to be the highest quality of what you feel you deserve. But if you're giving yourself low quality person that's not actually serving you, that doesn't have your best interest in mind, that's saying to the whole universe, I don't love myself. I don't really care about myself. Okay? And your universe is going to respond in that same way. But if you start working on yourself, you start going to the gym, trying to look your best. If you start upgrading your mind, reading books, trying to gain knowledge, okay? If you start making music or start doing your art and upgrading your skills, then you're going to have so much value for yourself. You're like, wow, I am valuable. I have so much power. You're going to seek a partner that has just as much power as you, if not more. That's the laws of the universe. Okay? But if you're not doing much for yourself, if you're not working out, you're getting out of shape, if you're not reading books, you don't know that much knowledge, okay? You're going to manifest a partner that is a reflection of you.
You are what you attract.
Life is a mirror. You know what a mirror is? When you look into a mirror, what do you see? Yourself. Just you. That's what life is. Everything you see. All the things that you see that's manifested. Even us right now, you're looking into a mirror. The phone you're looking into right now is a mirror. Okay? Nature is a mirror. So you have to fix and clean your insides. Focus on you. Stop focusing on the drama on the internet. Okay? Stop getting distracted. The more distracted you get, the more you lose focus. And that means, and you're wondering why you can't manifest anything. Why can't I manifest anything? Why can't I manifest a man? Why can't I manifest clothes? Why can't I manifest a car that I need right now? Why can't I manifest myself into the tropics? Yeah. Because you're focused on the wrong shit. You need focus in order to manifest anything. Focus is your true currency. You need focus.
Yeah.
Focus thy mind.
Yeah, that's for me.
Focus. You need focus.
Focus. Yeah.
If you don't have focus, you have nothing. Okay? How can you manifest without focus?
Yes.
And if you want focus, it's going to be hard because your subconscious is already programmed. Okay? The Instagram is already here distracting you. YouTube, you know, women or men or your family members in your life, they're distracting you from the truth. Okay? So you have to, if there's women, half naked women all over your phone and Instagram, you have to unfollow those pages. Yeah. You're going to be distracted.
Temptation.
Distraction.
Yeah.
Yes.
Stillness.
For a man, a woman is one of our biggest weaknesses.
Yes.
So,
there's a story.
Woman, you must be very careful with women as men. You have to choose the right woman to plant your seed in. And when I say plant your seed, I'm not talking about just your semen. I'm talking about your knowledge. You want to plant your knowledge, your seed of knowledge inside of the right woman's mind. Okay? This is imperative. Okay? I'm not going to say it's important, because important means, oh, yeah, that's just a good thing to do. Imperative means you need to do it. It's essential.
Yeah.
You actually have to do these things in order to have a positive life. Because life is about mathematics. It's mathematical. It's logical. Okay? To do what's right, to do what's righteous, you must do what's right. And to know what's right, you have to use logic. You have to use your mental logic in order to do what's right. Okay? So you have to actually calculate analytically who you know is right for you, and you have to calculate what you actually put in your body. You have to calculate everything that you do. Okay? And you have to extra calculate because your whole life you've been taught lies.
Yes.
You think it's normal to eat meat. You think it's normal to eat Reese's Pieces and Snickers. You think it's normal because you were born in a zoo. The animal that's born in the zoo, if a lion's born in a zoo, it thinks the zoo is normal. It thinks that it's supposed to be served by a zookeeper every day and be fed. It doesn't know that it's supposed to go hunt for its food and then eat its prey. It doesn't know that because it was born in the zoo. You have been born in a zoo created by a mutated version of humanity, the most mutated version of humanity, which is the white man. Okay? The furthest thing from the original version of man. Okay? So this is why in your mind, you're going to think, well, having holidays, Halloween, and eating a whole bunch of candy, going door to door to get artificial food is normal. These things are not normal. Okay? In nature, you're supposed to eat what is in your natural environment, being in the tropics. Okay? Things you can eat straight off the tree without cooking, without preparing. Because nature already prepares our food. Okay? I talked about this before. A tree is getting cooked by the sun. The sun's 90 degrees, it's getting cooked. Right? We think we gotta cook, but when the sun is cooking the food, right? And the rainwater that comes down, it's going inside the tree. Then that tree, it goes inside the fruit. It goes inside the mango. Now it has all the elements, the 4 elements in there. Nature prepared this meal, this mango that dropped down. It prepared it for you. That's when we were able to eat it, and it's delectable to our senses. It tastes good. We don't have to do nothing extra to it.
Right.
This is how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's right.
Nature is effortless.
Yeah, there's no mistakes in nature. Nature didn't make any mistakes. All of these things that nature provided, fruits-wise, is for us to consume, and this is where our healing comes from. You know, you start eating more fruits, you start hydrating your cells, you start becoming more of nature. You have to consume nature. You got to be in nature, you got to be in the sun, you got to be grounded to the earth, you got to be connected with nature, and also eat what nature provides, so you can be at a higher frequency, because nature is at a higher frequency. Nature is what is. Nature is provided. We are provided for at all times. And we come into this realm, we inherited all of this. This earth, we inherited that. We inherited everything. So the more we eat from nature, the higher of a vibration we will be. That's just what it is. So we got to really be more in tune with nature, be in tune with ourselves. Because it's how we become gods again. It's how we become rulers again. We have to eat what we made for ourselves to eat. You know, I know food is an addiction. It is. You know, food is like a drug. It gives up the same to someone who's on crack, and when they do crack, and someone who eats meat or someone who eats a candy, it's the same thing happening in their brains. There's no difference between a crackhead that's taking drug than someone who's also eating candy and stuff like that. Like, you know, it's unhealthy stuff. It's the same thing that's firing in their brain. It's the same reaction. They having the same reaction. They having the same dopamine rush in their system.
Same excitement.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because truly, like, this is why, you know, in the States they have fast food restaurants. All the salt, all the sodium in the food, packed up in the food, And then people are addicted to this. So people have addictions to unhealthy foods because they feel like they're getting rewarded in some type of way. Because when they eat that burger, that nice, cheesy, greasy, burger at McDonald's with French fries, they feel like they're rewarding themselves and they get happy right after it. So now, you are looking for that happiness in food. When truly you can find that within yourself by being happy and content within self. And by being happy with yourself, you would have to have knowledge of self. You would have to know thyself to truly be happy, to truly be in the kingdom of heaven.
You live in tune with the earth.
Yeah,
exactly.
You have to be grounding. You have to be living in tune with the earth. You must be natural. Woman, take that weave out your head.
Go somewhere where you can actually be naked.
Exactly.
Because naked is our true form.
It's the most purest form of what we truly should. These clothes is blocking us off. Our skin is our largest organ, right?
Blocking out
and
the
so,
sunlight.
exactly, in the States, right, they have winter. How can you truly get light codes from the sun? How can you truly connect to source if you got clothes on? And everything is over sexualized because they feel like, oh, being naked is weird. Like, oh, you must cover up. Why they putting shame on things that are natural?
Exactly.
Being naked is natural. Animals, they don't wear clothes. What animal in nature wears clothes? Because the reason why they don't need to wear clothes is because they're in their natural environments. Exactly. You cannot be, in a natural environment and expect to be fully nude. Because that's an unnatural environment. That environment is not producing it's not the right environment. It's cold. You can't be outside in the sun. They got no fruit trees bearing. There's no fruits bearing. It's deserted. So if anything happens, if the system falls any second, what can you truly depend on? Are you going to depend on money? Are you going to depend on your big house that you got or that nice car that you got? Or are you going to depend on, okay, what do I really have to survive?
Right. What skills?
What skill sets do I have? Do I know about my natural environment? Do I know about myself? Do I know that I can simply pick a mango off of a tree? Do I know how to cut down coconuts off of a tree?
Yes.
Do I know how to make fires? Do I know how to build a home? These are the skills that we must truly have and obtain. Because having a house in these end times is not going to work.
Yes. There's animals that are smarter than us right now. Animals that are smarter than us. Why? Because these animals, they will go into nature and they will eat food. Okay? They will not worry about where their food is going to come from because they know it's going to manifest.
Yeah.
Okay? They're not going to try to put clothes on. Right? Because they know the sun is what gives them life. It gives them vitamin D. They know when they put the shirt on, it feels uncomfortable. If you see animals, you try to put a shirt even on a baby. They try to take it off. It's uncomfortable.
Yeah, or hats.
It doesn't even make sense to them. It's like, what?
Yeah.
You try to put a shirt on a dog. It's trying to take it off.
It's true, though.
Okay? Because it's trying to receive the light codes. We have pores in every single inch of our skin. Okay? Imagine this, each pore as a mouth. If you put a shirt on, it's like you're suffocating the mouth, right? So you can't even breathe, right? The only reason I have a shirt on right now is because we're live on Instagram and we're live on Bigo right now. On Bigo, you have to have a shirt on. I wouldn't even be wearing a shirt.
Right.
Okay? I don't wear clothes. Y'all can see all on my Instagram. I don't wear clothes. I wear shorts because outside, obviously, right now in Babylon, and their mindset, if they see my dick out, they're going to freak out. But they see dogs' dicks every day. Okay? So this is how retarded humans are. Human beings have become very stupid. But that's because we've been taught wrong.
We've been taught by stupid people.
We've been taught by stupid people, which is the white man, the most mutated version of ourselves, like he said.
Okay. Yes. But we don't want to make it too insensitive, We don't want to call them stupid, But it's just things that are being done that is just completely unnatural. Okay?
Daughter Zion is laughing.
and that energy gets transferred to all other beings, right? Because if you were an inferior being, right? White people know that they're inferior to black people. Majority of them know. So if you're inferior, you're going to do something to compensate for that. You're going to try to feel superior. So they try their hardest to be superior, even though they know they're not. But if you think about it, if you were them, you would probably try to do the same thing too.
Yes.
So that's where we have to have compassion and understanding. Okay? Because if I was in that position, of course, I'm going to try to be dominant. That's a man's nature, is to try to be dominant and be territorial. Okay? If I see there's a black man that's physically stronger than me, okay? Like the white man see in nature, I'm going to create weapons, something to get an upper hand on that man so that I can win. I want to be the one that's going to win. I want to be the one that gets all the women, you know? So it's a natural thing that they did what they did. You know, I understand. But when you do things like that, you get bad karma. There's consequences.
Yes.
So instead of them being like, oh, trying to like conquer us and be dominant over us, they're going to have to fall in line into their role, you know, and actually accept that they're inferior. They have to accept it. And if they don't want to, they can challenge, but they're going to lose.
Yeah.
They're going to lose.
Yeah.
It's just nature.
Yeah.
So that's just real life and what we're actually seeing. This is what's actually going on. As crazy as it sounds, this is what's actually going on.
It is true. Yeah. It's like in nature, like the lions, right? So they have the male lions fighting against each other to see who's more strong, who's the alpha. And so, you know, they'll fight against each other to see who's alpha, and that alpha gets the most respect. So the white man, they created weapons to try to fight us, you know, with the artificial world, but they're not using the organic hands, the physical strength. They're using these weapons like guns, knives, bombs. They created militaries to try to truly kill us, but you're not killing us, because this is a spiritual war, not the physical war.
They want to dominate and get, like you said, you want to be the most alpha.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes, they want to dominate the black man with the weapons. They want to make us inferior, but you can't truly lock up the mind of God. Once you have knowledge of self, you know, no matter where you are, even if you're behind bars, you're still going to be mentally free. You're still free.
Literally.
What it said, Bob Marley said, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds.
Yes.
You have to free your mind.
That's right.
You can't wait on nobody. You can't wait on Jesus in the sky to try to save you. You can't wait to go to heaven to be at eternal bliss and peace. You have to do it right now.
Yes, we have Hebrew Israelites out there waiting for God to come save them. Oh, Yahushai or somebody's coming to save me.
A black man.
Me, myself, I used to literally think that same exact thing.
Yeah.
But then I realized God exists within me. I have the Christ consciousness mentality. The Christ consciousness mentality is what actually protects me and what makes me God. Okay? We are one with Source. The very Source that created you, you're one with that. Okay? You have the same power as the God that created you. It even says that in the Bible you guys read that we're made in His image, in its image. Okay? This is because we are it. We're extensions of it.
We're life.
Okay?
We're life, the life that you
So
feel
until you
right
come
now.
into this understanding, you will be feeling confused and feel some kind of something missing. Okay? Because that true security comes when you know that self. When you know that you are absolutely protected. When you know that you're actually connected with everyone and everything on this planet, whether it be white, black, Asian, Indian, or Mexican. You're connected with everything. Okay? Once you know this is when you tap into the God frequency. Because you're living, not seeing through just your ego. Okay? So we use the word ego. Ego means sense of self, right? So when you say ego, when I say ego, I'll say your sense of self needs to be that I am that I am. This is the highest frequency of ego. To know that you are everything. I am Does it say in the Bible? Means that I am everything. I am this phone that I'm speaking through. I am my wife. Okay? I am my wife's mother. I am this tapestry back here. I am everything. Okay? Until you finally reach this frequency, you will not truly understand what we're saying.
Right.
But once you come to the understanding, you'll know I am that I am. I and I. It's why the Rastafarians, they say I and I. Because I is I. Just in another being, in another form.
And I.
I and I.
Even the Buddhists, you know, they do a Om mantra. This is what we did earlier. You know, you can even do some meditation, going within self, and being silent is also can help you remember who you are. Peace be still. And so when you're saying the mantra Om, this is the first frequency or the sound of the universe was Om, and then there was other things, and that's how this whole thing came about. But the first sound is Om. This is the first sound from the universe, and by doing that on a consistent basis every day, you're gonna remember who you are. By practicing those spiritual practices, meditation, yoga. We did the Wim Hof breath, breathing. You know, expanding our lung capacities, bringing in more oxygen in our cells. You know, and cleansing our blood, cleansing out our cells by breathing.
Yes, deep breathing. Oxygen
purifying.
Breathing.
Yeah.
You know. Closer to the states, away from the tropics, there's more toxins in the air. Okay? In New York City, there's more cars, there's more traffic, there's more toxic waste coming from the cars, coming from the factories. This is why the air quality is very low.
It is.
In a tropical environment, the air quality is much higher, okay? There's more beaches around, you know? There's oxygen in the air that is cleaned by the water, okay? The oxygen itself is at a higher frequency. So when we breathe in this air, because we're in Costa Rica right now, this air cleanses out our whole being and our mind and our soul, every cell in our body when we do deep breathing practices. But if you do it in New York, or if you do it in Minnesota, if you do it in Virginia, if you do it in Ohio, right? These places far further away from the sun, okay? There's more toxins there. Also, the sun burns out and it kills pesticides and things like that are being put in the sky and being put on plants and food, because the sun purifies anything and everything.
Excuse me.
Right? So living closer to the sun in the tropics, the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, is going to help you at a very high degree to heal your being. And we want to do that because we have gone through years of programming, years of eating toxins, years. So if you've gone through years of that, you want to go to the highest frequency of something that you can detoxify yourself from. You want to go to the source, the sun, that's going to heal you at the fastest rate possible. Okay? But people, you will feel like, oh, that sounds good. Like, I want to go to the tropics. I want to be there. But how am I going to get there? How am I going to do it? Right? You have to let go of attachments. Okay? There's many attachments that you have, that you've been growing up with, that you connected to, people you've connected to, things you have connected to. But you have to let go of these things in order to vibrate into a higher frequency, to get closer to the sun, to be able to purify your being, your soul again. Not just your being, your soul. You're cleaning and purifying your soul. Okay? This is deeper than you can ever imagine. Okay? But you can imagine it because you're God. We're all God. We're all one with Source. God is nature. Okay? To be in heaven, to be in a heavenly state, is to be in an everlasting state of communion with God. Everlasting communion with God is being in heaven forever. Okay? God is nature. So everlasting communion with God is everlasting communion with the nature, with Source. Okay? That is what heaven, a heavenly state is. When you actually clean out your body and take care of your temple, your body. Okay? If your body's overweight, if you're obese, okay, that means that you have something imbalanced within your mind. Because your mind is the source of everything. Whatever that your body looks like, okay, it comes from your mind. Okay? Because your body is an extension of your mind. Your body is an extension of your mind. If you think imbalance, you're going to have imbalances within the body. If you think, oh, I'm supposed to eat meat. If you think, oh, I could just stay inside all day and not get any sunlight, then your body's going to reflect the way that you think. You're going to be more sick. You're going to have a weaker immune system. You're going to become obese, okay? Because you think you don't need sunlight. You think you don't need to eat properly, okay? So the source of all disease comes from the mind. Dis-ease means being not at ease. Your mind is not at ease. Your body is not at ease. Ease is balance. It's balance. It's purity. Okay? Dis-ease is when you're thinking incorrectly. When you're thinking out of balance. Okay? When you're thinking out of tune with the earth and your divine purpose. When you're thinking out of tune with that, then it's going to reflect and show in your life. Point blank, period. It has to. It's the laws of the universe. It's based in mathematics. In mathematics, 1 + 1 always equals 2. It doesn't care about how you feel about the truth. Okay? What's right is what's right. And that's it.
Okay.
Yeah. That was a great live.
It was.
Alright, y'all. Y'all stay up, man. We'll come back again with some more knowledge. But y'all have a good one. And I love myself. Y'all have a great night.
Peace, y'all.
Peace
Thank
and
you
love.
for joining. Appreciate all the
Peace.
support, the positivity. Hey. Peace to
Yes,
the God,
peace to the gods.
Peace.
Peace to the gods of the earth. We're here to rebirth and put our feet on the dirt. You heard?
Yes.
Alright, y'all.
Just resting.
Y'all have a good night, man.
Great night. Buenos noches, guys.